So this is an interaction between Natsuki and Sayuri. So let's get on that. Let's get on this action. Balance. Natsuki. Ooh, gotta burp again. While Natsuki is messing with the orientation of her manga and the closet shelf, Sayuri approaches from behind and pulls her into an embrace. What? Hi. The Literature Club has been full swing since Natsuki joined. Including her, the club is now comprised of 4 members: Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika. Each club member has received a day in the spotlight to share all their favorite kinds of literature with each other. Natsuki was first and shared her passion for manga. Then Sayuri shared her love for poetry, as well as how she goes about writing it herself. Monika, who has multiple literary interests, decides to focus her day on short stories. And finally, Yuri managed to demonstrate her obsession with fantasy with a little help and encouragement from Sayuri. After the week spent of their presentations, Monika decided to give the club members this week to freely explore each other's literary interests. Sayuri, having spent most of her time in the club so far with Yuri's fantasy books, is rather excited to begin her journey into Natsuki's manga collection. I want to read with you today. Tell me which one I should pick. Well, that depends on the kind of stuff you like. I mean, there's romance, drama, comedy, mystery. I like all those things. Sayuri reaches out and pulls out a random book from the shelf and inspects the cover. Shouldn't this girl be wearing more clothes? You wouldn't like that one. In panic, Natsuki snatches the book from Sayuri's hand and replaces it on the shelf in a less conspicuous location. Okay, well, if you really have no preference, then let's just start with something that's easy to get into. A lot of these don't start to get really good until a few volumes in, and I wouldn't ask someone to make that kind of commitment unless they're already really into manga. I could handle it. I did it with Yuri's book, at least. Well, I'm more considerate than that. Although her book I'm kind of impressed by your attention span if you were able to put that much effort into her books. No, I have the attention span of a donut. But I love my friends and I can do anything if it's for them. Well, okay then. Let's pick something that even donuts can read. I didn't say I was a donut, I said I had the attention span of one. You were just trying to call me sweet. You're so cute. No, how'd you get that conclusion? And don't call me that. A donut? Cute. How come? I just don't like it. I don't need a reason. Natsuki yanks a book from the shelf and closes the door. If someone asks you to stop, then you just need to stop. People need to realize that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. Nah, sorry, it wasn't you. Natsuki shakes her head while pulling a second chair over to her desk. I was talking about something else. I didn't mean to get angry all of a sudden. Natsuki averts her gaze and mumbles. You're a nice person, so I wasn't talking about you. I still learned a valuable lesson. Sayuri speaks softly as well, feeling shy after receiving an unexpected compliment. Well, anyway, here's a book, so just start it whenever you feel like it. What's it about? Well, it's a comedy, and there's romance too, obviously. Sayuri looks at the title. It's called Love is Another Word for Luck. It's about a girl who keeps accidentally running into the same guys, and then you find out well, you should just read it. But you have to tell me what you think. I can already guess you're gonna ship yourself with. What? Ship yourself? It would be so funny if I'm right. Ship? I don't get it. Never mind. Let's not worry about that yet. Just make sure you tell me what you think. Oh, okay. I'll start then. Hey, maybe tomorrow we can do poetry too. Oh, yeah, I guess. But don't you want to finish this first? Yeah, well, we could do both. I mean, unless you don't like poetry, then I won't make you do anything. No, it's just... Well, never mind. We can worry about that tomorrow. After the club meeting ends and Natsuki and Yuri leave, Monika strikes up a conversation with Sayuri. I see you got Natsuki to share some of her manga with you. I really want to become better friends with her. She's so enthusiastic and expressive. I could just listen to her talk. She's so... Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm meant to... Wait. I'm not sure if she meant I can't say that to her or if I just can't say it at all. Say what? Nothing, I'm a woman of respect. But Natsuki is a woman of cute. Oh, I said it. What's so bad about that? I don't know. But you know, there's one thing that I'm kind of worried about. Sometimes I'm afraid that Natsuki doesn't actually like me very much. Oh, that's ridiculous. How come you feel that way? Well, I mean, Just little signs, like how she says hi to me after I say hi to her first. Wait, what? And it feels okay. I was like, what? She says hi to me and I don't like it. And it feels like she only gets excited to talk to me when it's about manga and other stuff she likes. She just seems dismissive a lot. She was like that when I brought up poetry. Yeah, but that doesn't mean she doesn't like you. She's probably just shy, you know? Maybe. My stupid head just making me worry for no reason. It likes to do that. It's okay, try not to worry too much. Everything will be great. But I can always, but I can't always talk. Oh, but you can't, derp. But you can always talk to me about any concerns that you have. I'm here to help. You're the best. Sayuri gives Monica a quick hug. Well, I'm gonna keep trying because I love her and I want to get closer to her. You got this. Go, Sayuri! I believe. After the next club meeting starts, Sayuri is the last one to, as usual. Trotting into the room, she sees Natsuki sitting alone by the closet, reading what must be manga. Without hesitation, Sayuri pulls up a chair and plops herself down right next to Natsuki. Hello there. Hi. What you reading? Can I read it with you? Sayuri pulls the book away. Natsuki pulls the book away from Sayuri. You can't just start in the middle. There are spoilers. Besides, what about the one I gave you yesterday? Sorry, I was just curious. Well, anyway, I've been waiting forever for this volume to come out and it just came out yesterday, so... Oh, that's exciting. Well, I'll let you read then. Can I sit next to you, though? Sure. Sayuri plops herself down next to Natsuki, then pulls out a blank sheet of paper. Natsuki reads in silence, save for the periodic flutter of a page being released from beneath her thumb. From Sayuri's side, only the tapping noises of her pen meeting the paper can be heard. Time passes. Sayuri's paper is filled with scribbles and margins are lined with stick figures. Natsuki lets out a deep sigh and closes her book. Did you finish? No, but it's a good stopping point. My head is swimming. I need a break. Natsuki stretches her arms. Aren't you bored? No, I was writing. Oh, I saw little stick figures and thought you were just bored. I just draw those when I'm thinking or waiting for an inspiration. I made friends with them all. This one is sad because she thinks the night sky is pretty, but she can't look up at the stars in public without everyone thinking she's a weirdo. And this one has a problem with his back, but the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with him. What the heck? You're the weirdo. Want to read the poem I'm working on? Sure, I guess. Sayuri slides the paper over to Natsuki. Do we get a poem? As Natsuki reads through the poem, she furrows her eyebrows. She slides the paper back to Sayuri. Don't you ever feel weird just sharing all of your thoughts and feelings like that? I mean, your poems are like really emotional. Is that bad? Well, no, it was just an observation. I think people can get closer to each other if they find ways of expressing their feelings. Well, Natsuki begins to protest, but she can't find a good way of putting her thoughts into words. Doesn't that depend on the kind of friends you have? I don't know. To each their own. But I've never met anyone I'd feel comfortable sharing my poems with. Not that it's you, it's just how I am, so... You write poems? You never told me that. I just thought you wrote stuff. Yeah, that too, but you should... I mean, would you ever want to share? Like I said, I don't do that. But can we talk about something else? I'm sorry. It's not your fault, it just makes me uncomfortable. I can't help it. Still, I'm sorry. It's fine. Well, let's move on to something that makes us both happy. I should continue the book you gave me since I didn't get very far. Sure. Very awkward. Awkward, situation. Over the next few days, Sayuri begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm. It's Natsuki! 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 At the end of one club meeting, Monica, who has become rather invested in Sayuri's friendship mission, starts an innocuous conversation with Natsuki while she packs up. It's cool that you've been finding time to spend with Sayuri. She's pretty excited for the chance to read manga with you. Yeah, I'm sure you've been enjoying the chance to share too, right? Yeah, mostly. Natsuki glances over her shoulders but doesn't reply further. What's on your mind? Nothing. I don't talk to people behind their backs. Oh. Natsuki falls silent, but she just fidgets instead of getting back to what she was doing, as though she wants to say more. It's okay to share your feelings. That's different from talking about someone behind their back, I guess. I just hate when people talk to me behind my back, so I'm better than to do it to others. Monica shares a bright smile. You really consider it. Thanks, I guess, but it doesn't feel like it. You can trust me. Natsuki stands in silence for a moment, still fidgeting. I just feel smothered sometimes. I'm not used to someone being like all over me right after we meet. I mean, it's fun to hang out with her, but I just have no control over the pace. I can't just meet someone and instantly become friends with them and share everything about myself. That's not how it works. I just want to chill out sometimes. Oh, I didn't realize that was happening. It's fine. Why would you have? I know. I just feel bad about it. I know Sayuri, so I should have realized. Monica navigates her tinge of guilt, which has surfaced mainly due to her being one who previously encouraged Sayuri's behavior. Despite not knowing the situation, Monica can't help but feel a little responsible. Do you want me to talk to her about it? No, I wouldn't like that. Well, I don't know, I could divert her to another club activity for you or something. No way, that would be so underhanded and mean. Sorry, I didn't think of that one through. Besides, just because I complain about it doesn't mean I'm asking for someone to solve my problems for me. True. I'm sorry. I guess I just instinctively want to try to solve problems even if I haven't been invited to. It's fine. I would like to talk to Sayuri about it, but it would make things really weird between us. I feel like it would make her just constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things natural. Well, I think if you do a good job expressing all your feelings, she would totally understand. Sayuri wants to be the best she can, be for other people. I think she would actually be happy that you want to improve your friendship with her. Maybe. It just feels so dumb talking to someone about how to be friends with them. It's just weird and not cool. Monica shrugs. It's the literature club. Then she mumbles through a stifled laugh. It's not the cool club. Hey. Sorry. That just tickled me for some reason. Look, I know that you're kind of in a tough spot and that's hard for you to really express yourself. But you've really demonstrated to me that you're great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. I think that's something important. That's the most important part of being able to navigate through these things. So, I believe that you'll find the right thing to do. Well, Natsuki instinctively decides to reject the compliment, but she can't find any excuse to do so. Thanks. Natsuki gathers her things, then finishes her thoughts in a mumble. And I'm so glad I joined the club, even if it's weird sometimes. Monica smiles, but Natsuki turns her back and walks away before waiting for a reply. It was an unusual way for Natsuki to express her appreciation, but Monica knew what she meant. It made Monica feel like everything really was going to be okay. That's what she thinks. Alrighty, so it looks like we got new music.
Back one.
Everything here is still the same. I think we got... What is our new song? I can't even tell, man. I wish we knew what the new song was. Just a little bit.
Reaper.
I don't know, man. Okay. We do have the new side story for part 2 of Balance. And then we have a new piece of mail. Reply ethics.
He wins this.
Simply put, okay, so again, 1206, very strange. Paula Minor, P Minor at MES Local, Untitled Group not used. December 4th, 2019, 12:06 a.m. again. Simply put, it's not our job to arbitrarily decide upon some code of ethics just because we're the first ones to do this, to our knowledge. That's the government's job to figure out. Long after we've made enough headway for it to no longer apply to us. It's fundamentally flawed to apply ethical reasoning to this, because humanity's code of ethics is based on nothing more than our knowledge and understanding of life forms similar to ourselves. We don't have ethics for killing bacteria or plants, only for the creatures we can convincingly project our emotions onto. The humans in our VMs operate completely differently from us on a fundamental level, and therefore should not be taken any more seriously than a machine that's programmed to print, "I feel sad." We're engineers, not philosophers. So very interesting. I guess this is a response to somebody's email about the ethics of what they're doing, I'm assuming. So somebody's not feeling right about this project or feel like there's some ethical issues with this. But who's she responding to? We don't know. We don't know. So it's everything coming out one day at exactly 12:04. Very strange. And I wonder if that's appearing for everyone else. I don't know. All right, so let's get into part 2 of balance. Okay. Make sure that I'm clicking on the right one. All right, here we go. It's lunchtime. Sayuri, who usually buys her lunch, is making her way to the cafeteria like any other day. The clamor and bustle of the students is drowned by Sayuri's impeccable skill of zoning out. However, her imagination is momentarily interrupted by a glimpse of a familiar pink-haired girl. Hey, that's Natsuki. I never run into the other club members around the school. Natsuki! Sayuri stands up on her tiptoes and waves. Natsuki, who's busy walking and chatting with her friends, doesn't notice Sayuri at first. Then she glances over at Sayuri's direction. Sayuri waves enthusiastically. Following her friends, Natsuki quickly ducks around the corner. Hey, she definitely saw me. Uh-oh, she's gonna feel bad. Monika's the first one to arrive to the club meeting than Natsuki. Sayuri, having glanced through the window to see Natsuki already inside, is unable to work up enough courage to enter. Natsuki's been so distant with me. I was so stupid to think she ever wanted to be friends. She only got excited because she got to share her manga. But aside from that, she doesn't even like me. I should go home today. Sorry, but do you plan on going inside? No. Why? I'm skulking. Oh, or sulking. Skulking. Well, I'm sorry for having bothering you. Excuse me. No, don't leave me. Oh, I'll stay here then. I don't want to go in. I'm afraid of bothering Natsuki. I saw her at lunch today, so I waved and called out to her, but instead of saying hi, she just ran away from me. Really? Huh. Not bad. Hey! Sorry. I'm sorry, that was a joke. It just sounded like something stupid that I would do from anxiety. From anxiety? Well, I just don't like the tension from being drawn to myself. Oh. Well, that makes sense based on the person you are. But Natsuki isn't shy like that at all. I thought we were friends. But it feels like every day she's just trying to distance herself more, instead of getting closer. It makes me feel like she was only spending time with me during the club because I was reading manga, but she doesn't actually want to be friends with me. Well, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context here. Was she in the middle of anything when you approached her? No, she was just walking with her friends. Yuri paused for a moment. How do I put this? Sayuri, you're very fond of your friends, right? You always want to be spending time with them. Of course. I don't think there's anything more important to me. I mean, the best part of my day are always with my friends. Besides that, I really hate being alone, so... You hate being alone? Sayuri nods. We're very different people. I cherish my alone time. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So I think... Well, if I was trying to have alone time and it was being threatened with an interruption, then it would just not make me very happy. Yeah, but that doesn't have... What does that have... That doesn't have to do with Natsuki. She was already with her friends, not trying to be alone or anything. No, I think it's similar. Well, we're all friends in this club, but we all have our own lives outside of the club as well. If you think about it, making new friends isn't some casual occurrence that happens on a daily basis. A friendship is an invitation to intertwine your lives together, but the capacity at which each person is ready to do that might be different. There are friends who just like to have fun together, and others who talk every day and share every detail of their lives with each other. I think when establishing a friendship, it's important to consider the comfort level of the other person. I mean, we don't really know how much about Natsuki's life outside the club. It could be that she simply needs to make friends at her own pace, rather than jump headfirst into a new commitment. But that means I really was bothering her. I just really wanted to be good friends with her, so I treated her like one. Was I actually hurting her? I don't know, I'm sorry. My insight was only based on what I understand about my own needs, and Natsuki and I are completely different, so... Why was I so selfish? Even if all that is true, then it means I hurt her. I think I messed up. Yuri, with you, I think I was really careful to understand your needs when I was becoming your friends with you. But I wasn't careful at all with Natsuki because she seemed really social. I just took control of everything instead of looking for the right balance. Balance! That's the title of this thing. Now I hurt her and she doesn't want to talk to me. How could I let myself do this? Sayuri, I think that... Well, there was one time you told me something about the way I saw things in my head being different from reality. It's easy to automatically jump to the worst case scenario, but I think it's more likely that Natsuki doesn't harbor any ill feelings towards you. So I think if we were to realistically consider the situation and how it would cause someone to feel, I'm bad at this, I'm sorry. You're a lot better than me at things like comforting and reassuring people. Suddenly Sayuri gives Yuri a gentle hug. You're the best, Yuri. I'm sorry for burdening you with this. You're trying so hard for me. Such a sweetheart. It's not a burden. I enjoy listening to others, and my friends deserve happiness. Sayuri beams. Well, I think I'm gonna give Natsuki some space. She should do what she wants. And if she does still want to be friends, then I'll learn her needs and I'll match their boundaries. Yeah, I'm sure that's what's best. I wish I didn't feel so awful and guilty. It makes me feel desperate, like I need to make it up to her by trying to make her happy. But that's not what she needs. I just need to tell her, or tell myself that. It hurts, but I guess it means I still need to grow. I really want to grow as a person. If it's to be better for my friends, I want that. That's very mature of you, Sayuri. Hehe, I'm mature. Sayuri hops up and down on her toes. So does that mean you'll be going home after all? Sayuri shakes her head. I need to be here to show her that I respect her space. I'll just spend some club activity or spend the club myself today. Yuri nods in understanding. You can go first. Okay. You're blocking the door. Oh. Sayuri steps aside. By the way, before Yuri enters the club room, Sayuri interjects. You said that you and Natsuki are completely different, but I don't really think that's true. I think you're actually similar in a lot of ways. Yuri smiles and shakes her head. Sayuri, that's absurd. You're very silly sometimes. Yuri turns and enters the club room. After a moment, Sayuri follows. Here we go. The club room is quiet. When Sayuri walks in, Natsuki glances in her direction. Sayuri smiles and gives Natsuki a quick wave before sitting down across the room. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Sayuri decides it's best not to continue the manga she was reading, so she pulls it out. Or did she say? Oh, it's best. Sorry. She has a sheet of paper in front of her and is tapping a pen against her desk and staring at it. Ooh, are we writing today? Monika speaks in a quiet voice, unwilling to disturb the peace of the club room. She kneels down at Natsuki's desk. Hey! Natsuki pulls the sheet closer to her and covers it with her arms. Sorry, I didn't mean to peek. Whatever. I just want to see how things were going. It's fine, Natsuki replies dismissively. She glances over at Sayuri, who is focused on her manga. Monika follows Natsuki's gaze. I think she's mad at me. How come? I'm busy right now. Ask me later. Monika falls silent. Natsuki looks back at her own paper. She inches her hand away from the top margin, allowing Monika to see. Do we get a poem? To Sayuri. Understanding, Monika smiles. She places a hand on Natsuki's shoulder and whispers softly, I'm proud of you. Natsuki looks away, but makes no motion to remove Monika's hand. Monika gives Natsuki's shoulder a quick squeeze before standing back up and pulling away. I want to see a poem. We haven't gotten like a poem or anything in a while. The end of the club meeting passes. Yuri has already departed. So has Monika. After checking on Sayuri and Natsuki to ensure they wouldn't stay too late, Sayuri was determined to finish her manga volume before heading out, since the end was approaching. However, with Natsuki also staying late for unknown reason, a silent tension hangs in the air. After finishing the volume, Sayuri brings it to the closet to put it away. She slides it back on the shelf while Natsuki watches. Then Natsuki gets up and pulls it back out in order to return it in its proper location. Sorry, I didn't know where it was supposed to go. It's fine. The two fall silent again, avoiding eye contact. They both look like they're about to say something, but neither can break the silence. A moment passes. Well, I'll be on my way. See you tomorrow. Sayuri turns away to hide her pained expression, then walks away from the closet. If there was any proof Natsuki no longer wanted to be friends, this was it. Defeated, Sayuri carries herself out the club room. Aww. Once in the hallway, Sayuri takes a deep breath and hits the palm of hits palms against her cheeks to try to clear her head a little. Natsuki suddenly stammers. Natsuki's stammering voice calls from behind. Natsuki? Startled, Sayuri turns back around to face Natsuki. We get a CG image. Let's go. Natsuki fidgets anxiously and continues with a shaking voice. I have a lot of things to say. Me too. But you go first. Natsuki bites her lip and can't say it. Well, first of all, she cuts herself short, struggling to continue. Trying to force the words out, she stamps her foot and hops up and down a little. I'm sorry for the thing I did at lunch. I'm sorry for just being kind of mean lately. It's really hard for me to, like, I mean, I'm not good with things like that make me uncomfortable, especially when it comes to like feelings and stuff. So, face burning, Natsuki climbs up again. Instead of continuing, she simply holds up a sheet of paper to Sayuri to take. Poem! We got a poem! Okay, here we go. I'm so excited. The best place in the world. I love my bedroom. It's full of bright colors and soft things. The sunlight shines in and makes everything sparkle. It's the best place in the world. It has all my treasures, my books, my collections, my memories. All of my dreams are born in this world, in this room. It's the best place in the world. It has all my secrets, all my failures, my fears, my feelings. Sometimes it feels so fragile that the door will break at the slightest bump or touch. But it's still the best place in the world. But when someone knocks, I get scared. I brace my arms against the loose hinges. Please don't break, don't come in. I'm not ready. It's my best place in the world. The knocking won't stop. I block the door with the furniture. An eye peeks through the keyhole and I panic. I'm trapped in the best place in the world. I'm not ready to share my favorite place. I need to clean my secrets and make my bed hide my nightmares. I need to touch them. I need to touch them to put them away. I need them again. To see them again, sorry. I have so much to do and I'm scared. I'm not ready. Cat. But it's still my favorite place. I still want to share it. However long it takes, if you wait patiently. I'll eventually open the door and I'll show you the best place in the world. Oh, that's such a cute poem. Like, I really like it because it's like, you know that this is for Sayuri and she really wants to be friends with her, but you know, she doesn't like opening up as much. And I kind of want to go back to her poems and see that reflected. I'm trying to remember like her poems. I only remember the birds can fly things, so I can't really see it, the connection between how she is or how she feels versus her poems. I can go back to it. But this is very, you know, it's kind of sad. Like, you know, she doesn't like to open up. I mean, it's not sad, but people need their time sometimes to be able to open up to others. No matter how nice of a person that other person is, maybe they're just not the type to be able to open up to people. And that's okay. It's a poem. But I thought, well, I sucked it up so that I could work things out with you. So just be happy about it, please. Sayuri smiles deeply from the bottom of her heart. I'm happier than I could express. I feel so awful, but I'm so happy that you would do this for me. I actually realized before the club meeting today that I made a mistake. I got so caught up in the chance to get closer to you that I forgot to think about what you wanted. And that we probably have different ways we like to make friends. About like the friendship stuff, I mean, it's okay. I understand you don't have to force yourself to talk about it. Your poem did a good job. So don't force yourself if you're not ready yet, okay? Natsuki nods. You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It was my fault and I'm sorry. I wasn't mad at you today or anything like that. I actually felt really guilty and wanted to give you space. I was thinking it's silly that I just approached you all the time and that I should just let you approach me when you want to. Just whatever makes you comfortable. I'll respect that from now on. Friendships should always start with those things. With the right balance. At the title of the side story, balance. Natsuki nods. One thing about that. Well, I don't want to have to approach you all the time either. I just want it to be balanced, like you said. Sayuri nods. I understand. We'll make sure of that together then. Oh. they found balance in their friendship. Well, anyway, now that the two of them have found common ground, Natsuki finds it easier to speak more freely again. I'm not gonna be like sharing my poems all the time now or anything like that, Baka, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to do once in a while, only the best ones. So you better like them, because otherwise I might change my mind. I like anything you do, Natsuki. I was just saying. More importantly, I have to tell you about my new boyfriend. Huh? Oh, from the manga? Wait, I need to guess who it is. You definitely won't be able to guess. The two walk down the hallway together. Oh my god, we have so much to talk about. Darn, I should have told you to save the last 2 chapters so I could see your reaction to the big reveal. Oh, you wanted to enjoy it with me? That's so cute. Oh, shush. Hee. Oh, that's a good way to end the side story. So we got some new pictures from that. So we have, was this already? I feel like we saw this. Oh wait, no, this is new. So this is just the cover art, basically. So, why does Monica have different shoes than everyone else? Isn't that weird? Everyone has blue, but she has like a red one. I wonder if that's intentional. We get the Sayuri picture. Look at all the cats. Cute. We did get a new poem. The best place in the world. Yeah, where is it? Not the beach one. It was a Sayuri poem. But the ladybug? I don't remember that. Okay, see, there's some poems that we haven't seen. I named my pen The Expression Express. My feelings aboard with a ticket to you. No room for stammers, no lies, no extra stops, no compromise. Station screaming by. Attendants saying hi. 1 ticket to you. Please and thank you. Take a headphone and doze. No bumps in the rails, just thumps in my heart. And loops in my letters, and clouds in the sky, and dreams in your eyes. Hey, wake up, the train has arrived. Expression Express, destination you. Choo choo.